Hello, watch lovers. You know what time it is. Now, tonight we have a very special show. Because guess what? We have no Gav, no Paul. We have Kaylee.
Hi,
Lovely
guys.
Kaylee here tonight. We have James helping out. And I've got a few announcements to make. It's been a long time coming, but we've decided. Paul's been bullying me. A lot of you viewers have been saying it for a while. You know something? I think it's time he's got to go. What do you reckon?
Yeah. I
What
mean,
do you
the bullying is, I can't believe, honestly, it's just not on.
And I think it's time for Gav to go as well.
I mean,
So that's it.
we're done. It's just us
So
two
we're done.
left. Us
We're
two
done.
and James.
So Edward French, evening all to everyone. John
everyone.
Alchin there, Pete the Greek. So it's lovely having all of you on tonight. So what can I say? I mean, a lot of people have said I've been putting up with too much shit from Paul Thorpe for quite a while. Yeah. Put your comments below. Let us know what you think. Hi, Josh. Josh, you're still doing the photography for the time being anyway. We'll see what goes on there. James has still got a job at the moment, but watch this space.
Who knows?
Here we go. See, James. James, just come back on there. So James is the new Gavin for tonight.
From
yeah?
here. Doing it all from here, yeah?
So there we go. We have James. So Kaylee, what do you think?
I mean, it was about time. I mean, it was just too much. I mean, that you could have cut the tension with a knife. Honestly, it was awful.
I mean, you know, me and Paul look.
Honestly, I thought you needed. I couldn't believe it when you rang me.
Guys, you know,
when you
I
went
was
to
at
the festival.
Goodwood.
Couldn't believe
Hi,
it.
Des.
Hi, Des.
So Paul and I didn't get on too well at Goodwood.
No.
And, you know.
And a lot of viewers were commenting on that as well.
A lot of people have been saying,
Yeah.
Greggy boy.
Hi, Greggy.
Greggy, you're going to have to make a decision now. It's Paul or me, one or the other.
We are doing this, taking sides.
It's like Arsenal or Tottenham. You've got to take sides now, everyone. Only joking. How could we come on. How could we possibly get rid of either of them?
Hi,
you know?
Gav.
But do you know something? Everyone says to me, how are you going to get on? I think we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. We'll be
fine.
absolutely fine.
So we've given them both a night off tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is Gav. But there's that. But no, it'll be fine.
So Kaylee, what's been going on? Tell me. I mean, I was there. I mean, today. Tell me about today.
I mean, it started off good. It was all going well. And then I promise you guys, this isn't an exaggeration. We had about 10 appointments in the space of an hour, no? The door was going, the phone was going.
We had people sitting on the
Mental.
toilets, people in the restaurant.
People in the vault. You just didn't know which way to look. It was crazy.
Hi, Martin.
Team Spencer.
But seriously, look, a lot of you guys have been to our office at 339 Watling Street. You've come in, you've seen the team, you've seen the watches. But we really, you know, we had a guy turn up today and he didn't buy one watch, but two watches.
Yeah.
And he didn't have an appointment. You really don't have to have an appointment, but it's always good so that we can gauge how many people are coming.
Yeah.
And if you are coming to see something. But honestly, we have more to show than most ADs, almost all ADs.
I would say every AD.
I mean,
no?
there aren't many watches. We've got the full range Daytonas. Anything you guys want to see.
But not just Rolexes as well.
Yeah.
We've got most brands, most high-end brands.
Selection of APs,
yeah.
Pateks, Panerais, Tudors. We had a guy into. So today we had a Tudor, a number of Rolexes, an AP sold.
Yep.
But honestly, we love seeing customers. To be honest with you, it's almost a year ago today that we were at BMW.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
I mean,
And that was
such
a
fantastic
good show.
event. As you guys know, we done our MV Augusta, the motorbike show. Yeah.
And we just love it when you guys come and it's really like with us, like us doing it. And,
Paul Thorpe.
There he is.
Paul, I don't know if you've missed, but earlier you did get the sack for 5 minutes, but by popular demand, we brought you back.
We're back. Oh, Greggy boy, shall I ban Paul? He's taken a side.
Yes.
Oh, I like it.
He's moderating, isn't he, Greggy boy?
Yeah.
But honestly, just going back to the events and what we do and people coming in, and we've got some very big news coming a bit later, probably after the summer.
Yeah.
Which will be fantastic for everyone and explain a little bit about shows and what we're doing as a company moving forward. Because when you come to a BQ, when you come to showroom, First of all, it's compulsory, isn't it, Kaylee? They have to have tea or coffee or whiskey.
And if you come at lunchtime, you get some lunch.
You get some lunch.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. You'll always get a gift of some sort.
Always.
But you got to turn up to find that out. What else do we do?
I mean, you normally get taken to the sweet shop. Let's not lie.
We have our very own sweet shop, our vault where we have the watches. We refer to that as the sweet shop. And we do like to show people. Yeah. And again, so many people only get to see an image or a look of a watch.
Or exhibition only that they can't touch or anything like that. And they think they might want one day, but they don't know how it fits on them. Is it going to suit them? Whereas you can try it on with us. Like we will... We're happy for you to try on anything you want to see, because that's what we're here for. And
quite often, very often actually, people come in for something or a particular dial, or they might want an Oysterflex and then put the bracelet on. Yeah. We've had where people look at a steel watch and end up with a white gold. Yeah. And these are all the options that we have in our showroom.
And that's what everyone that comes here, they say that's what they don't get at an AD. You get the call from an AD, of course, but if you don't like it,
one piece.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, you kind of haven't got a choice. No. You can't necessarily turn around and say no, because you know that might jeopardize your relationship. Whereas with us, you can try it on and know, actually, if they did come with that, I know that I like it, I know that I suit it, and I like the way it fits.
I mean, honestly, each and every one of you have been customers ours over the last few years since we moved to Radler. I mean, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? Again, the weeks run into months. Yeah. 2 or 3 months ago, we came in on Saturday. A gentleman called up from Newcastle on a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. He asked what time we were there till. Go on, Kaylee, you carry on. Go on, tell the story.
He asked what time we were there till, and we were like, we're here till about 3 today. He was like, right, I want to come down. I'm going to leave now. It's going to take me about 4 hours. Please, can you stay open? And we were like, yes, of course, don't worry. He literally turned up at 3:30, brought a watch. We gave him a little treat, and then he went.
Yachtmaster too.
Yeah, it was crazy. He literally called us that morning, and obviously Newcastle wasn't around the corner, so it was...
I really took it as a real compliment that someone wanted to travel all that way to come and see us.
Yeah.
Red Shovel.
Red Shovel.
Yeah. All the way to come and see us and have a look. And look, we will go the extra mile. We will try. We will try and get something delivered or shipped. Anything paid for by 3:30, we try and get in the post the same day. Full-time chef on site. Paul, not only one full-time chef, we've actually got 2 now. One couldn't cope, so we had to get another one in. But always call up, ask what's on the menu. And if we're overrun...
You can pick that week, which day that week you want to come.
If we're overrun, we've got a few very nice delicatessens. Yeah. We'll put you in there for a coffee or a set if we're overrun in our place. But look, it's great. Honestly, if ever you're passing, I mean, we're pretty central between Watford, St Albans, 40 minutes from Heathrow. If you're flying into Luton or Heathrow, we'll get you collected. Just give us a call. Yeah. We'd always
We've also
love
got parking.
To see.
If you can get a parking out the front, if not, there's a public car park behind, and we can always come and get you from your car or take you to your car. It's not a problem. We've got
we have got the helicopter as well.
Yeah,
just give us a call. We'll send the helicopter. I mean, sometimes it's a bit windy and it can't quite stop outside,
but it's always there. But no, we like it, don't we? And we really
enjoy our customers coming to see us.
And we always love it when we speak to people on the phone. They go, I watch the channel, and then as soon as they say that, I'm like, Spencer, come here. I'm like, they watch the channel. Can you speak to them?
You know what was an interesting one? James, you're like this. We had a customer today from Vancouver. So I said, what? You've travelled all the way from Canada to see us?
Yeah.
So it's quite funny, actually. What they actually meant was, they had been on holiday in Vancouver. They lived in Wales, and it took me a little while to work it out.
Yeah.
So they actually took the watch with them to Vancouver, went on holiday, flew back to Heathrow, and realised that it was a lot easier to go Heathrow Radlett than Radlett back to Wales. So they came to see us via Vancouver. Yeah. And this is a true story.
That was
That was one of our visitors'
we were all like,
day.
What? From Vancouver?
So what, you've just come over for 48 hours?
We were like, that's crazy. Spencer, I'm sure people are going to ask, and we will get to it, what's on your wrist today?
Do you know something? This is the first time, Kaylee, I've worn a Sky Dweller.
Oh, Spencer, what's on your wrist?
There we go. We're going to do what's on your wrist. There we go. You want to show the viewers that? That's the black Sky Dweller.
Yep, so this is the black Sky Dweller in steel.
Kaylee, reference, please.
326934.
And is that a Jubilee or Oyster bracelet?
It's an oyster.
Oh, it's very good.
Thank
you. Remembered everything I've taught
Thank
you.
Yep, I'm getting there. I'm getting good. That you don't. I've never seen you wear one.
It's
actually,
quite a big watch, but it's something a little bit different.
Yeah, I think it's. I love a Sky Dweller actually.
Yeah. So what have you got there to show everyone today?
Today I've gone.
Oh,
I've moved on. I've gone Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just thought classic.
Great watch.
Yeah, it's
and again,
my favourite GMT.
They're a little bit more affordable, should you say?
They are. Yep, they've slightly come down. So we have got some in stock. So if anybody
And
is
again,
interested.
whilst we're talking about prices, you will always find that we always try and be priced correctly. Go on,
Yeah.
Kaylee, explain to the viewers what I mean by that.
So we will always try and make sure that we are the cheapest online. But also if we're not,
With a like for like.
Yep. If we're not, and you do see, and like Spencer said, like for like, if you see one that's exactly the same year, everything, and that's cheaper, tell us, and we will do our best to match it if we can. And if we can, we will.
I'm going to use a line here, like Paul Thorpe says, and Paul, I'll put my hand up, I'm taking your line of you buy the dealer. So what people mean by that is when you're buying a watch, you buy the dealer, so you know if ever there's any issues with the watch, you can go back 6 months, a year. And Paul and I have spoken about this. Sometimes a problem may occur with the watch, a pre-owned watch.
Yeah.
In 3-5 years' time.
Yeah.
And if it's a business that has a trading address, a VAT number, a company number, you can always go back to them. And at times, we're often told about people selling or listing watches. And you've got to realise on Chrono, a lot of these people or sites or they're elusive. They're not real.
Yeah.
They're not real sites.
Yeah.
They're not real companies.
And also, I would say
And
be
they can
careful.
just disappear.
Yeah, be careful because we realise we actually done some research today, didn't we? When we price and we have a look at who's the cheapest. There was actually a company on there who said they were a professional dealer. I went on there and I was like, that's really weird. I've never heard of them before, but it's fine. Anyway, went onto Google and they don't have a website at all. They don't have a website.
A lot of these companies don't have websites.
So I just want to say, like, be careful.
companies.
Like, as much as they might say professional dealer on Chrono, if that's where you're looking or anywhere, just make sure they do have a website and a phone number and a VAT number, because I don't want you guys to get caught out because you think they're the cheapest. I think just be careful.
And then you have a problem with the watch.
Exactly.
And you are not going to
Yeah,
find these people.
exactly.
The other thing, a lot of people, and this is something that we've learned and we can demonstrate it, or borrow a watch or show a watch and not have the watch.
Yeah. And we see that a lot, don't we? Yeah.
So people often ask us, and that's something... Okay. Thank you for that, Tim Jacks. Was that you'd rather deal with someone who's got a backpack in a car park, or you'd rather deal with BQ? I couldn't quite understand which way round. So that's it. That the watch actually exists, and we have the watches. But a lot of people list things they don't have.
No, exactly. And listen, as Spencer's favourite line is always to say, which is so true, you don't have to buy from us, but we just want to make sure that you guys are safe and that you're not going to do anything that might put you guys in jeopardy or anything like that. Like, we just want to give you advice all the time. We're not, whether you buy a watch from us or you don't.
It's up to you.
Yeah, we're not,
But
that's fine.
We are
but
no more expensive than the next person.
yeah, we just want to make sure that nobody, because we've seen it, and I'm pretty sure Spencer's seen it a lot more times than I have anyway.
There's so much, especially when you have an older watch. But you know, if you buy a watch and there's a problem or you're not quite happy with something, you let us know. We sort it out.
Yeah. Whereas, like we said, a lot of these other places who don't have a website or don't even have the watch, if anything's wrong with it in 2 years' time, I don't think you'll be able to go back there because you won't be able to find them.
So just there, you know, we've been speaking there about what we sell and everything's checked, cleaned, polished, serviced, make sure it's all genuine. And equally, when buying a watch, we try and be fair. And a lot of people say, oh, so-and-so will pay me more than you or been offered. And what you've got to understand is at this moment in time, there's a lot of choice when selling a watch, and we get offered a hell of a lot of watches.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people, and there's a number of different companies. I'm not going to name companies because I don't feel that's fair, who sell stuff on commission or won't pay. I just want everyone to understand, most of my watches I do buy. Most are paid for. If a watch is quite expensive...
9.9%, no?
I would say about 99% of my watches are owned.
100%.
But if something's quite expensive, or I feel that it might be difficult to sell, we do a commission sale where you can speak to us. And what we mean by a commission sale, we photograph the watch, we take the payment, we check it's 100% perfect, we find the customer, and we pay all the fees associated with that. Yeah. And we find the buyer for you as well. Yeah. But most of our watches we do buy. It's only if something's a bit more speculative, or we've got a few in stock, we sell it on a commission basis.
Or if it's like brand new of a different model, it's absolutely brand new out, and there's none around, and the customer doesn't really know what they want. We're not really sure where it's going to fit in the market. We'll list it for them just to see.
And sometimes this is where I think people want a little bit more, and I say, the reason for the commission sale is I'll try for a bit more with your money. Yeah. So I'm not paying until the watch is sold. Yeah. But, I mean, we proved it time and time again. Everything sells. It's the same as the housing market, the car market, watches, any valuable. Everything sells as long as there's one thing. It's priced correctly. Yeah. If things are priced correctly, you're going to sell it. It's simple.
Yeah, 100%.
I've been collecting a whole load of comments here.
Go on then. Here we go.
Okay.
People disagreeing with you and telling you how awful you are. Do you want to see
go on?
Something?
Yes. Let's go.
Let's
see.
This is particularly awful.
10 minutes. Thank you, Keith39.
Read it out.
Go on, Kaylee. I'll let Kaylee read it.
Kaylee, you've come on massively in the last year of your knowledge on general watches. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, Spencer can take the credit. I do sit next to him.
You can't have that one yet. This is a nice one, Spence.
It's for an extra small tea.
Oh, Spencer!
No, you're right. It's an extra small tea. Steve W. So, guys, I want you to comment on whether you think next week I should allow Paul or Gavin back. Thank you, Watch Collector. Thank you.
Read them out.
Right. I hope going solo is as successful as Robbie Williams was. The other two just drag you down. Great comment. Great comment, Ray.
We'll frame that one.
This is from Steph Millick. I've had 2 trips to see Spence and sell and buy watches. 100% the best I've dealt with by a mile. He advises, he's fair, doesn't press you into anything, and most importantly, looks after you. Thank you. That's really kind. Yeah. And again, guys, you can come at any time, and there is absolutely, you come and look at a watch, try a watch. There is no pressure whatsoever. Yeah. You know, if you want to buy the watch, that's great. But if not, it's absolutely fine. It's not an issue.
We just like meeting you all, to be honest, don't we? Yeah. We're like interacting and having conversations.
We enjoy seeing our customers and seeing the joy when people put a watch on.
That's exactly it. Like we said, because in an AD, you can't necessarily go and do that. And it's so nice when you guys come to us and you can put maybe your Holy Grail watch and we see your eyes light up because it's the watch that you've always wanted to try on. And to us, that's actually all we really want. And
absolutely, you know, some watches are, oh my God, like £50,000. It's a huge amount of money.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
One other thing, and anyone who's been to see me, I will always say this, whether you're buying a 2-3 gram Tudor or a Tag, a Rolex at 10 or 20,000, a Patek at 50 or 100, the service is the same. There is no different levels. And as I say, I have an announcement. I'll probably announce it after the summer.
Yeah.
I'm working on something at the moment which will just be fantastic for all my customers, all my staff. We're working on to just give an even better experience than we currently do. But until I've got a bit more detail on it. I don't really,
you
can throw your guesses or what I'm doing, or if you think I'm emigrating to the States or going to Vegas, you might be disappointed, or some of you might be pleased. I don't know. But we're working on something to really improve. We want to give people, and, so far we're doing the best that we can.
Yeah.
The best possible experience, whether buying or selling, and that they're safe and secure and get paid and looked after.
Yeah, and you have that experience that you've always wanted. Yeah, that's what we want to
And
give
every
you.
buyer then may sell something, and every seller may then buy something.
Yeah.
And equally, you're all just as important to us as each other.
Every customer will always get treated the same no matter what at BQ. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Go on, James. What we got? Anything more?
Do you want some actual watch questions?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really know much about
Go
watches. Go on, we'll give it a
Might
go.
get a bit troublesome. So we've got Paul Smith. Do you think the OP 36mm in cheaper colours, say black, will hold value with them double over retail?
Go on, Kaylee. I want your opinion first of all.
Yes, I actually think the black, the blue, and the silver are actually very popular. I think they will hold there.
So 36mm, that's about four now, 4,500.
Yep, and they're selling for about
7,
8.
Look,
I think they'll hold.
with all of these, obviously the OP stuff has died down a little bit at the minute.
Well, yeah, so it seems to be the more vibrant colours have come down slightly, but the colours that haven't been discontinued, so your blacks, your blues and silvers, they have stayed where they are, and I think it's because they're not as expensive, obviously, as the others.
Well, Paul there, in reply to that question, if you look back at some of the 39mm in the grape from memory and the silver.
And the
selling at
rhodium,
6.5, the rhodium, which is a version of the sort of cross between grey. They've held up very much, and once that was
that grape's still about 9,000
the grape's
still.
a hugely popular model. So once these get discontinued, they will definitely be even stronger. But I think because of the small bezel, that 41 now, I mean, you're talking about 36, they look big for their size.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they look bigger than a 41.
Yeah.
Do you want some more?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Oh, how about this one? Just been to a Rolex AD and was told they're not getting any more sports models or OPs for the foreseeable future, even though I'm a previous buyer, one watch, in the last 12 months.
There's nothing to reply to that. What can we say? But equally, Kaylee and I had a customer in today, didn't we?
Yep.
Go on, Kaylee, tell them the story about he bought the root beer, didn't he? And
Yeah.
was told,
So he bought the steel and rose gold root beer, but then he wanted the rose gold one, and they were like, "No, sorry, can't have that for a year because you
at
bought
least
that one."
a year, wasn't it?
And
At
he was
least.
like, "But if I'd known that, I would have asked for that one first." And apparently as well, they offered him a Daytona, and they basically, he went there to go and see it, and they said, "Sorry, you can't have it because you've just bought the steel and rose gold root beer," which, I mean, it's not a great way to interact with your customers, but
No, absolutely
you
not.
know what they're like.
The other thing, it's gone out my head now. Sorry, James. Go on, try another question. I've just forgotten what I was going to say.
This is a good one.
Question: when does a watch become vintage? Spence, this is you.
People sort of say 25, 30 years. I think it's 30 years plus. So I'd say vintage now is sort of pre-90s, 80s. I'll tell you the thing I was going to mention. Actually, it leads on from that. A number of years ago, and not that long, sort of in the last 5 to 12 years, I've sold a lot of watches where people will come to me and no one was ever talking about investment or where they want. Really, of the flipping of watches, of buying brand new watches, this only came about. I need to double check the exact time, but it certainly wasn't around 4 years ago. Probably sort of around COVID, around 2020. But for years previous to that, I would serve watches to people who would love a watch. and they never worried about what a watch was worth. They just
If
loved
they
the
loved
watch.
it, then
they just loved the
bought
watch.
it. Yeah.
And as time went on, they loved the watch and it paid them a profit.
Yeah.
And now I think, and especially now with things coming off a little bit and realigning,
Yeah.
people need to just think, I love that watch. If it goes up, bonus, fabulous.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't go up, I love the watch. And it's something that you wear sort of 8 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's nothing, I mean, your shoes are not going to last as long as a watch.
No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Clothes.
And you buy a pair of shoes because you love them,
because you love them. But
not
then,
because of the money.
then you rotate your shoes, have different things.
Yeah.
So you're never going to have something. But what I would say is over a 2, 3, 5 year period, most watches you buy now, if you buy them well, look, if you get them from an AD, you're into an instant profit with how things are.
Yeah.
But sports, if you buy a Batgirl or a Pepsi or a Daytona and you love the watch, if in 3 years' time you made a profit, great. But you never used to buy and just think, oh, that's going to make me money. It's not investment.
Yeah, and I guess the question was... question was Spencer on, it doesn't matter.
Yorkshire Dave, question. Oh no, doesn't matter. I forgot what it was. Look, when you get to my age, happens all the time. And I'm sure plenty of my customers and viewers there, the same happens to you. So I'm not overly worried.
But actually, talking about watches, we've got a really cool feature now on our website where you can now schedule a call, like a Zoom call and a video call, to see a watch. And if you can't travel down, so that guy in Newcastle or anywhere, even if you're 20 minutes down and you can't get down, we now do a schedule video call for you to see them.
Where do you do that?
So if you go onto any watch, onto buy and put in any watch, and then it is
You've
on
got
the watch.
details, and then there's
And it says
video call.
schedule a video. It says schedule a call or schedule a video call.
Yep.
And we can show you the watch.
You got it there, James.
So you can see any.
There we
there you
go.
go. Schedule video
So you've got
call.
add to baskets. Click on that, James, and you get a little calendar come up.
Yep, and then you can.
There we go. Book a video appointment. And if you're lucky enough, you don't get me, you get someone else.
So it's just that, and then we can show you, and if you.
We can show you the watch.
And
set it
also,
on.
if you've got any watches that you might want to sell, like as a part exchange, you can show us, and then. It's just a really great way if you can't come down to us, which isn't a problem, and you don't want to do it over the phone. You'd actually like to see the watch that you're interested in on a Zoom call. We can. This is
but
now a cool
people, if
feature
they
we're
do
doing.
want to book a video, they do have to be correctly dressed and not like Nico with his shirt off and everything.
Yeah. If we could
That's
have
the only
clothes
thing
on at all times, would be great.
Exactly. That is one of the requirements. Uncle Jonga. That's
Thanks.
a beautiful Air King. Which one?
The one that James just put up on the screen, just to
That's it.
put
I see.
schedule a video
Okay.
call.
So, Kaylee, what else you got here to show us?
So I thought, right, it's just me and you tonight. What shall we speak to our lovely viewers about? And I thought,
So
do
you
you know
bought
what?
a few.
I thought, why don't we talk about pieces that under 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25.
So go on. If you had
So-
5,000, what you got there?
This might just be me, but it really is one
Actually,
of my faves.
I think we sold 2 Tudors today.
Yep. So this, for me, if you would like to buy a watch for under 5,000, I have picked you the Tudor Harrods.
It's a really popular piece.
Very,
that,
and it
isn't
comes with a spare strap. It's full set, and this is 4,250. So you get a bit of change. And this is, I think, the most popular Tudor model
nice.
with the green bezel. Thought,
For the money, fantastic for
Yeah.
the money. Really is.
and then you picked this one out for under 10,000.
Look, viewers, you'll know, I always say that if anyone just wants one watch, it's a sub.
Yep. So, 1 minute.
That's what it is. That's date sub.
So this is a 16610 1998, and this is 9,500.
Beautiful
So this
watch.
is the classic sub of all times,
Yeah.
without question. So that's the earlier one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has that got a hold case or non-hold? That's
Hold.
So viewers, this is the hold sub. without the solid end links. So Kaylee, if you just want to show the viewers. So what we mean is it has the holes in the case. So this is before Rolex perfected that they could have a lug that doesn't have to pierce all the way through the case. And also the later model has the solid end links. So we can just show you guys there. Yeah. So obviously if you look on that,
the end bit there,
Yeah. So if you look at the end bit there on thing, that has got a hollow end piece, whereas on the later model, this was
further away.
If you put that on there. So this is a bit of technical info.
Yeah.
Probably most of you will know this, but I always say there's always someone who learns something.
Me, just
And
now.
I normally learn something every day because I forget most things most days. So
And
see
then
there,
you
if you
mean
point,
that bit.
Kaylee, with your nails there, there we go.
Yeah.
So that on the later subs, this was a big step for mankind. It was called the SEL, and no, it wasn't a Mercedes-Benz. It was a solid end link. So that end link they perfected to being solid, and then they designed it that it had the no-hole case. So from the lug, you could remove the lug from the inside without the need to pierce the way through. So that is where it's
there. So it's
no
just-
holes.
there's no
So
holes
it's
there.
no holes. So there's completely different fitting for the bracelet for these models.
Yeah.
So that's the sub.
And
if
like you always say to everyone, if you want any, you always say you think this is one of the best ones to have.
I mean, a
and
sub is just
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's
So
one
then you
question we
had
get asked a lot.
The Batman, didn't you?
No,
So
not
what
yet.
price? That's
So now under 15.
under
1,000.
15,000.
We have never knew that. So you're
Kaylee,
teaching
I've got to tell you, James, Gav's banging trouble next week. I mean, Kaylee's been put
She's
the watches
working
on
that
here.
camera
They
without any
focus.
problem.
Should we give Gavin next week off as well?
I mean,
Oh no, wait, don't.
wait, he's back.
No, wait.
It's because you moved it.
Yeah.
She's going to drop one.
There we
soon,
go. Just
to
when I
make it
said,
Gav.
that's it. It's all gone wrong, viewers. So
So
again,
this is a 16710
very good.
GMT Master 2, which is priced at 13.5. So I thought this is a great watch to have for under 15,000, and we love her. Spencer smashing this show, Gav who? God, they're going to be watching this thinking, oh no.
Spilling water all over myself.
Oh,
Kaylee's
thank
smashing
you.
it. Guys, give us an upvote.
We're a great, yes,
Look,
make sure
if
you
get us-
upvote.
if we get
Make
up
sure
to
we
10,
get the most upvotes ever. Then they'll know that we did the good job.
Uncle Jonga, loving the new crew. What else you got, James? Come on, keep them rolling.
Come
keep
on,
them rolling.
James.
Boss levels. Gavin's on the dole. Pete the Greek, keep the two reprobates in the sin bin. Yep. Look, Space Lord, great show tonight. And do you know what, James, you know when this show was put together at 6:15 in Pizza Express?
Yeah, no joke.
We literally, because
No
Kaylee kept
joke.
saying to me at 1:00, you got to get some watches, you got to get tonight.
I was like, I've really got to speak about it. But
We
then
need an hour, we must prepare.
I was like, every time, this isn't a joke. Every time I went, I was like, Spence, we need half an hour. Can we just go through it? Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it at 3. 3 o'clock comes and there's so much going on. We just can't. And we were like, well, let's just do it later.
Relax, it'll be fine, don't worry. Phil Reeve, how much is the Sky Dweller, please, Kaylee? I know, I remembered.
Go on then.
Go on.
No, I know. You'd say.
Yeah, shall I put on? I know, 22,950. No?
Yeah, close.
Guys,
no.
I've made a mistake.
you're right,
It's,
you're right. No,
it's $3,000 cheap. I've given it away, but I'm going to say 22,950.
You've got loads of them.
Sorry?
So
Yeah,
it
but-
is 22,750. So you were right. You just
There we go.
but that
20.
was
It's
it.
just gone down. 22,750.
But then also, so we've done some great watches, but also I thought ours, the ones that we're both wearing, I thought actually mine I think is great. Like we said, it's come down
Yeah,
slightly. For
What is it? That's about. It's under 20,000.
Yeah, it's like 17.
Yeah.
750, and this is one that I thought is a great watch for under 20,000. Now that, do you know what I mean?
But
Like
again,
we said,
I think, as I say, going back to a number of years ago, people never worried about where a watch
Yeah.
was going.
Yeah.
And I think today, you've seen a bit of a correction of 2,000-3,000 on a watch.
Yeah.
No one should really worry. It may go down a bit more. It's a bit like if you've got investments in stocks and shares. I mean, crypto has come down, I think, 75%.
Yeah.
Not that I'm an investor in crypto, but just James, where is crypto today? From the high?
I think the technical term is in the toilet.
Yeah. But what is the price? Is it about 21,000?
16,000
Is it
pounds
16?
currently, something like that?
Because I heard the other day it was 21. I know it, and the high was what, 60-ish?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gone from 60-ish down to 21. I've been informed by James today, 16,000.
Do you want a
My
live
maths
price?
isn't great, but I know that is 25% of its original value. So if we had a Batman or a Batgirl at 20,000, a Batgirl is never going to be 5,000. They've come from sort of 18, 19s to 17s.
Yeah.
So what have we lost here? We're talking about maybe a 10 or 15%. The odd watch may have had 20%, but it was still probably higher than it was this time last year. So I really think that most people who have a watch collection, guys, and I always say this, when someone's selling or buying, you don't necessarily need the money. You bought the money. The fact that it's gone up certainly puts a smile on your face. But it's not until you've sold it that you've realised or crystallised a loss or a dip. But over the next 3-5 years' time, all of these watches, you'll wear them every day. There'll be something that you'll enjoy and they'll be in a good place. I really don't think you've anything to worry about.
No. And like you said about if you like the watch, like don't worry.
Don't worry. But for 15 years, up until probably 2019, 2020, people were buying watches. And when I done a revaluation with a number of friends who bought Daytonas at 10, they were 11.5, then 13. It was like, oh, great. A few complained that their insurance had gone up. But that was just how it went.
Yeah.
But over a 2, 3, 5 year, you'll be absolutely fine. And you're going to enjoy the watch.
I think that's the biggest thing as well. If you want to wear it every day and you like it, just do it. Don't stress, don't worry. I think the main thing is if you like it, and exactly if it puts a smile on your face, that is the main thing. Also, actually, I want to say, and I think from your show last week, I wasn't here, but we would like to say
I'm living for this, Rand. Thank you, Watchringer.
We do want to say a massive thank you to all of our viewers who have donated to Dottie's journey. We really, really appreciate it because obviously it's a heartbreaking story and we are really thankful that you guys have contributed.
And thank you for all those nice comments. People told me I had Barry Gibb on last week and Peter Stringfellow, but actually it was Lawrence Saffer. Now, Lawrence is a dear old friend of mine. And one day, if any of you come over, I've got some fantastic stories with him. I've got some video footage of things we've got up to with him. And that was tip of the iceberg. But that was a real, true life story of what he told last week. So if any of you didn't see it, if you go back to watch last Monday's show. But,
and if you want to giggle, watch it because it is funny. I wasn't even here when I watched it.
I've got a question that keeps coming up.
Okay.
Go on, let's go. Do you service and do you have any brand accreditations? We do service watches in-house. At current, we don't have brand accreditation in our workshop because of the way we need to set it up. But it's something which I'm going to be announcing we are looking to move towards. Yeah. But watchmakers we use are Rolex accredited. And some of the stuff does go out to other watchmakers and polishing that we do. But the few we've had have been ex-Rolex.
Yep.
Oh, do you want more?
Yep, go on.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming.
You'll like this one.
Uncle John Spencer looking like Daniel Craig straight out of
Followed by
Uncle Jonga, what can I say? Kidamo, is Spencer sat on a... Actually, I'm going to get up and answer that. The answer is no, the cushion's
behind him.
But let me tell you, it's not uncommon. There we go. I'll sit on the cushion if you want. Does that look better? I do sometimes have... It depends on what chair.
Yeah,
if James gives me a good chair, I'm fine. But if I've got one of the broken ones... but I am now on the cushion.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one?
Big Will, hello from Devon. Do you sell marathon watches and what's your thoughts on them?
Hi,
If
Big
you've
Will. I'm
ever
also from Devon.
Heard of them? No. Kaylee?
I've never
No.
heard of them personally. No.
But Big Will, send us some pictures. I'd love to know what marathon watches are, please.
Also, whereabouts in Devon are you from? I'm intrigued.
What we got there? Stephen Stapley Spencer. If ever I come to BQ Watches, I have a present for you. Thank you. I look forward to it. And guys, if any of you come to us, guaranteed you get tea, coffee, or something alcoholic, or a beer, glass of wine.
I thought you were going to tell him all to bring presents.
And
presents are always
you'll
great.
always get a gift from us. You will always get a gift, even if you don't buy anything. So look, if you're passing anywhere near us, come and see Andrew James.
Thank
LBQ, great service, worry-free. Thank you. Martin, but you two are rocking this. Thank you, Martin.
Jeez,
what can I
so
say?
many compliments. Like maybe we should just keep doing this.
Are James and Gav related?
James?
No, they are both Alexanders, actually, but they're not. James, unless you want to tell me
Is there
something.
we need to know?
He's my dad.
There we go. It's James's dad. Work that one out.
That's so funny.
Murat Ake, Spencer, you're so soft-spoken and nice guy. Always a pleasure to listen to. Hope to come and shop someday. Guys, I would love from this, any of you who are passing, if you're within 100 miles of BQ, come and see us.
Yeah, just ring the buzzer and we'll let you in.
Just
Don't
press
worry.
on the door, you'll get to come in. But as I say, I will be announcing there'll be more room for you guys to come and see us, and it'll be announced probably in September.
Yeah.
Nicholas Sadlier. This is an Oscar-winning blockbuster of a stream compared to the late-night Muppet show that you need to be drunken to watch. What can I say? Look, we always say this. We try and be honest. We don't play up to the camera. We have to do a day job. This is my part-time job. It's not my job. And here we have Paul Thorpe, the watch dealer here. So proud of my mate Spencer and his team. And I truly mean that. The way they've represented the dealing community is first class. Thank you, Paul. And look, I just want to put the record straight because Paul does get a little bit of stick.
Yeah, quite a little bit.
He abuses me and that I'm bullied. Let me tell you, I've been bullied all my life by Paul. I'm only joking. Really, honestly, it's just not even in question.
Yeah.
It's the banter between us. My line is he gets dressed in the dark and, he always says I wear grey and black and blue.
Yeah.
That's how we are. Look, we're all different. We all have different opinions, different dress sense. But let me tell you.
But also, don't just because what you see on a half an hour live stream or a half an hour video, don't just think it's all one-sided. Believe me, they both give each other as good as it gets. I promise you, it's not one-sided. Just so you all know, it's not.
Bradders, best car you saw at Goodwood. Do you know something? I'll be talking on here till 12 o'clock. One of the things, I'm definitely going back to Goodwood. And for you as my viewers, Paul's going to do a little vote of how many of the viewers have actually ever been. But of all the exhibitions I've ever been to, like car shows, motorbike shows, you come away sometimes really sort of disheartened, a bit. I mean, Paul and I went to the motorbike show and we drove all the way up to Birmingham, came away a bit flat. I've come away from car shows and you can't. Goodwood is a different level, and each time I haven't been for about 2 or 3 years. 2019, the show is absolute world class. I mean, you've got cars tearing round the racetrack. You can go and sit in Porsches, Ferraris, Lotuses. You really get to see, touch, feel, and anyone who loves a car, there's vintage cars, motorbikes. There's the revival, Goodwood Revival, which is all vintage stuff. That's coming up in September. Paul and I will definitely put on the channel. I'm going to give away a few tickets, and if people want to join us there, it's just a fantastic event. All you pray for at this event is it doesn't rain, because it's completely
So it's
outdoor.
a bit like BQ, where you get to try everything on, but it's like Goodwood and BQ.
Yeah.
That's
But
quite cool.
brothers, I couldn't even answer. I mean, it depends. There was electric cars. I think some of the jazzed up Defenders were fantastic. I love the Porsche stand. Let me tell you, the biggest hype was Lotus. There's a new Lotus Emira, which is a mini version of like 488 Ferrari that's £75,000. And you literally cannot get that for 2 years. Fantastic.
Wow.
Spence, what's your next bite? TT boy. Don't know. I'm just being sensible at the moment. The Lotus Kid Mambo, if I could get one of the Lotuses, but I've got someone who's going to see what they can do for me. If I could get one, I probably would take the Lotus. I probably would take one.
Oh, wow.
Have to sell some of my watch collection and possibly we'll buy a Lotus. But I think, guys, just look it up. They've got a 4x4 coming out. Paul said here he thought the Lotus stole the show. And we were saying that. And for the money, I mean, it's a 4-second 3.9 V6. They just rave about it. Go on YouTube. When you're a bit bored of Paul or myself, go on YouTube, look up the Lotus Emira. Fantastic car. Andy Hind. Do you give Arsenal fans a discount or only sort of... Andy, I think you've answered that question for yourself. All I'd say is test me out and you'll find out.
Should we pop to some questions from Instagram?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, let's
Go
do
on.
questions from Instagram.
You'll like this bit.
Right. Not a question, but I just want to say your staff are top notch and a credit to you, BQ. Thank you so much.
I actually know who that is. That
Go
wrote
on.
that. His name's Chris.
Is that Chris?
Yeah. Bought an
Okay.
IWC off us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
you've
nice
just
man.
outed him on the internet, so that's
Well, thank
great.
you, Chris. We know who you are. But thank you. Really, really nice of you for your kind words. And as once again, guys, this is just a part-time job of us just showing you a bit about what we
And
do.
it's a nice way for us to interact with you guys, because obviously we can't, there's no other way really, is there, for us to interact with you all, and we enjoy it on a Monday.
Yeah.
We like coming here and speaking with you and doing some fun videos, I guess.
Go on, James. Next one's for Kaylee.
Nope, that one's for you.
Okay. Right, I'm going to be polite and just read out the question. What made you decide not to go to the next London Watch Show? Anything to do with security? Look, I'd be lying if I didn't say that was a factor, but I do believe that the security is getting better and it has been addressed. So that isn't the only thing. The thing is, guys, like I've said, when you come to me, we can sort of show you watches, give you time, spend time with you. I felt after the London Watch Show and some of the others, I can't really give you the real attention that I want to. And I'll tell you what, do you know something? I've said something that I'm going to do in September, but I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I'm actually going to let you guys know, because it's not a secret, but what I'm doing is some planning and maybe some visuals to show you. At the moment, anyone who's been to our office, we have a meeting room, we have a little lobby area, and then we have the main office.
Yeah.
And it's not enough room.
No.
So we're moving to a larger office in Radlett, and we're going to have some themed rooms so that people can come into the Rolex or the red room. We're not going to call them brands, but the green.
I mean, you really are letting the cat out the bag.
All right,
you've gone full throttle.
But guys, you know, you've asked me, and this is what's led on, because if you come to us, we can give you the experience. So we're going to have several meeting rooms and more luxury to show you.
Yeah.
So going here is, you know, the amount of stock that we have to show. I can't travel with all this stock to the shows. It's too much. But not only that, I can't showcase it and show you the real beauty and value.
Yeah, and also, like,
So that's why we've decided that it's easier for people to make appointments. We send the helicopter or the private jet.
Or the ferry.
Yeah, or the ferry or the boat or the dinghy or the jet ski, whatever's needed to bring you to our office. Because when you come to our office, you can then be shown everything. And our insurance company are not very happy with us travelling and the logistics and the work, the hotels and all these costs. So that's why we're re-looking at what we do.
And also, we get to spend time and show you guys more. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously at these shows, we love them, but we can't give enough of our time to you guys. So everything's a bit rushed. And whereas here, when this does happen, we can show you guys and can sit down with you, more than one of you at a time, but like give you our time.
You'll be able to sit there in a comfortable environment. Like Red Shovel said there, in a themed room.
Yeah.
So we will have green for Rolex, maybe a red for a Cartier, different themed rooms that you can see. Rah, yes, you will be invited. Exciting times ahead. And look, we're going to put the calendar up and people will be invited to come and see. It won't be till next year. But what I was hoping, we're working on some visuals to show people of what we're looking. So we are looking for literally the luxury of London in Hertfordshire.
Yeah, and you can have your experience that we want to give you as well. Yeah. And it will just, I mean, it's like next level. We can't wait for all of you guys to come and see it. And we're just really excited for this next adventure for BQ. Next one. Good luck, Spencer. I hope you have a fantastic show.
Thank you, Luke Jones.
Thanks. I feel like it's
what
going
else
quite
you
well.
got? Now a question for Kaylee. Neil Brennan, go on.
Best value solid gold Rolex.
That's easy. That's easy.
Is it?
Think of the older ones. Think of one of what came in today and the ladies.
Oh, right. Yeah. Old model day date.
Yeah, and old model day just.
Yeah. I also was going to say the old ref yellow gold sub, like the 16618.
Yeah.
I think they're really good. We get them coming quite
early
often. They
20s.
they're really, really lovely pieces.
Sorry, talking on gold, I'm just going to sort of diversify. I had the pleasure of seeing, Kaylee, I can't remember the reference, the new 42mm yellow gold. What was it?
I don't know it. That's really bad.
Okay. So,
but it is sensational. No, honestly, I knew we should have bought it.
So we,
I thought about this, honestly.
Yeah. By the way, we've got a really obscure, I don't think it's up on the website. It might not have been photographed yet, James, but you'll find it there on the web.
Yeah, if you can, try and find the ref.
So just going back, this is the new 42mm yellow gold Oysterflex Yachtmaster. We all looked at it and it makes the rose gold 40mm look like a 37. Yeah. The size of it, the dial has got bigger dots. It's sensational. It really is a knockout.
Might
this
be
piece.
Something like 226658, but that might be wrong.
12.6 possibly, but it's yellow gold, 42mm. So it's the same size as the white.
I was
but
right.
It's just 226658.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another watch going up on our site, an MB&F, which is if you want something really different, this is a driver's watch. I can't even explain.
No, you can't. It's not something you can explain.
It'll be photographed and you'll see it on the website soon.
No, but going back to that Yachtmaster though, everyone in the office when they see I literally looked at it.
But we didn't really know. We knew it was coming, but it wasn't. And again, look, we've all handled a lot of watches, and even us as handling it in the flesh, it really was a showstopper.
I mean, you literally stop and stare at it and you're like, that
fantastic
is
piece.
Phenomenal. And actually, I think it makes me think, and we said, why is it only just come out on the yellow gold?
Why is it taking them
so long? It
just shows
looks
you.
amazing.
Even Rolex don't get everything right. This watch should have come out the same time as the white gold.
100%. Or
Go on, James, fire away. Next. This is like working at McDonald's. Next. Next.
I don't understand the question.
Boys or girls? Sorry. That's cryptic. I'm not that clever.
I don't understand the question.
Do you think market will hit the peak again? I don't think I'll ever I would comment, and again, I haven't done my exams for investment. I'm not FCA regulated, so I can't say whether a market will hit the peak. I don't think there's ever a peak. I think watches will just go through a trend of certain ones going up. I don't think anything will ever hit a peak, because I look at some of the vintage pieces of 1665, 16. I mean, Kaylee knows. She always says to me, whenever something vintage comes in, like a 5513, or that's the stuff I absolutely love.
Whenever it comes in, the first thing I go is, Spence, have you seen this? He's the first person that I make sure has seen it, because it's his sort of thing.
1680s, 1665s, 1675s, all of these things, they're pieces that all that ever happens is they go up. They just go up, because all you have to do is look after them. They get older, and as long as you can preserve the condition and make sure that they don't deteriorate, the price of the watch will go up.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. It's not difficult.
No.
It's really not.
No. Next, James. Oh.
James, it can't be wow.
9 o'clock already.
It's 9 o'clock. Will Tudor Harrods ever be discontinued?
I'm sure they will at some point. Maybe.
At some point, I'm sure it will be.
Who knows when?
Yep.
Last one from Instagram.
Hi Spencer, why don't Rolex do open case back movements? Not decorated enough. It's difficult to say.
It's a good question,
it's
isn't
a good
it?
question, and agreed. Look, I love open
Yeah.
case back. I don't think, again, they're certainly not as sexy as some of the movements that we see. I mean,
No.
IWC glass back, beautiful movements.
Yeah.
Patek, they're certainly not the best that you'd showcase with the glass back, but I don't think they're very standard. They're very...
They're very same. They like to stick to what they know, don't they?
I agree. It's something. I mean, there's probably someone out there who would make, like Artisan Genève, they would make an aftermarket piece that you could put on the back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But they just
Rolex
haven't done
like
it.
To keep to what they know, don't they?
Okay, so let's just catch up on the comments that we've got left over.
So guys, Kaylee, tell everyone to upvote, subscribe.
You're telling them now.
Give us a call. Come to the office, get a coffee, have a whiskey before you come and see us.
Or we'll give you a whiskey. I mean, we'll
Go on,
all up for a
Kaylee.
drink. Kaylee, do you find yourself looking straight at someone's wrist when meeting them to see what they're wearing? The answer is yes, and it's really bad, and I never used to do it. Even if I'm walking down the street or if I'm watching the TV, it's the first thing I notice. And if I'm with like my mum or my friends, I'm like, oh my God, so they've got this on. And they're like, okay, I don't really know what that means. And I'm like, okay, so I need to stop doing that. But it's really weird. Like when you see someone even walking down the street, that it's the first thing you notice. You must as well, Spence.
Just on that note, I'm going to tell one little story because Kaylee knows I do tell a few.
Love a story.
I'm going to make it really short. Christmas, I went to Mexico. Remember, I was at Cancun Airport, and when I came back, Kaylee looked at my phone and said, "Who's Patrick Cancun?" So I said, "Let me explain. He's someone I met at the airport."
Yeah.
So basically, we're at the airport, and you didn't really see many nice watches, and I saw this young guy with his family wearing a really nice Daytona.
Yeah.
And I just said to him, "Nice watch, nice." And he sort of looked at me and thinking, "Oh my God, like." It was in the airport, he was safe. But I could see, to start with, he was a bit apprehensive because I commented. And I had one of my cards and I said, "This is what I do." And he then said, "Thank you so much." And we had a little chat and exchanged about watches. And I gave him a card. And I think on the 10th of January, I got a call from the gentleman who came to us. And then he did sell me a watch.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah? And he said to me, when I first sort of commented on his watch, he was a bit apprehensive, thought that I was maybe being a bit cheeky about it, but he was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And, that's exactly, it depends where you are and in the right environment, but I do think people take a compliment if you comment on their watch.
Yeah, 100%. And also, like, you showed a business card as well. It's not like you just said that and then walked away, because he probably would have been a bit you know what I mean? A bit like, nice watch, bye. But at least you had your business
So
card.
Adam
to show him.
Crossfire, the worst thing is when you watch spotting and see a Rolex ticking. Yeah, ticking as in a quartz movement. Yeah, that's not great. Keith said, Spencer's gone from camera and mic shy to brilliant presenter overnight. Kaylee is always cool.
Thanks.
Yes, agreed.
Agreed.
And thank you for your kind words. Nicola, honestly, guys, this is the one show I never catch up on and always watch live. This is so much better than so many watch channels that have 6-figure subscribers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We really
This
like
is
to
from
hear
Gavin.
Gavin Spencer, my work here is done. Brilliant job tonight. You are now officially solo. Well done, Kaylee. You're a star. Gav, you're coming back.
that. See you soon.
Ian Nicholson, we want Gav, we want Gav, we want Gav. Yeah, we want Gav as well.
Don't worry.
Andy Holton, don't normally chat, but loving the show tonight.
Aw,
thank you,
thank
Andy.
you.
I thought
Thank
you'd
you.
like this.
JB, it's my missus's birthday at the weekend. I'll pop in for a free mouse mat, but I gave her one of those last year. We'll come and get this year's. That's fine.
Give us a message. We can send you another little gift.
Edward French, brilliant show. Thank you.
Thanks.
That's all I've got to say.
Is that it?
There's
Well, what can I say,
Wow.
guys? It's been a pleasure. I didn't think I could talk for an hour, but
I didn't think
obviously
we could do
can.
it, but we've
But
done
look,
it. Smashed it.
Do you know something? I've really enjoyed, and as I say, I'm happy for people to email. Look, we've
Yep.
got company mobiles, we've got live chat.
Yeah.
If there's anything that you want, you're the viewers, you're the people choosing to come and listen
watch
to
us.
us
Yeah.
about watches. So if there's anything I can help you, and honestly, I'm not at all bothered. You can't embarrass me. You can't put me on the spot. I'll give you an honest, straightforward answer where I can. As long as it's nothing to do with Paul Thorpe's dress sense. Yeah?
But-
that I can't comment on because I'm just in a different world there. But honestly, it's been a pleasure, you know, serving, buying, selling and dealing watches. It really has.
And you know what? If you ever got a question, you can always call us, no? If you
Yeah.
ever just want to speak
Yeah.
to Spencer, I mean, you can always call him.
Yep.
Always.
Jason Bennett, Pete the Greek, amazing
Thank
show.
you.
Thank you. Kaylee, do you want to do the outro?
Yeah. Please make sure that you will upvote, like, subscribe, comment, and also comment if there's anything you want us to talk about or any unboxings you want us to do. We read all of them. But for now, if you haven't dealt with us yet, it's only a matter of time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.